What happened to Nairs? The Nair ambiguity, part 4. Let us look at the caste system of Nairs. Varnam versus caste or Jadi system. Chadurvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagate. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, item 13. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are 4 traditional castes in Hinduism. These 4 castes were as per birth or inheritance, and hence the 4 names were given. But Sri Krishna says that caste or Jadi is not the correct terminology. It should be Varna, and Varnam is determined by the individual's character or guna and actions or karma. Even to the blind eye, this seems to be highly sensible and meaningful. Therefore, all Nairs are not Shudras and all Nambudris are not Brahmins. Nairs can well become Brahmins or Kshatriyas according to their character and actions or karma. Nairs were stamped as Shudras by the then Nambudiri community to obtain superiority in temple governance and social order. In olden days, Brahmin illams had a lot of land properties and wealth. Therefore, they were in need of Kshatriyas and laborers, for which they employed Nairs, who were already stamped as lower class or Shudras. As time passed, Nairs, by their hard work and ability, showed their mettle and started to earn wealth and properties like Brahmins. So at one time, Brahmins, Nambudiris were the only Janmis, but later on, Nairs also became Janmis, as big as or even bigger than Nambudiris. As they did not work hard in the land they owned, gradually many of the Kerala Brahmins families deteriorated and lost their wealth and land properties. The same thing happened to Nairs also after many decades. From this interesting social phenomenon, we have come to a conclusion that wealth can make man lazy. But this cannot be taken as a general rule with regard to non-Hindus. Nairs lived in a matrilineal joint or Tharavadu family system till 1925, when the abolition of Marumakkatayam and Aliyasandana law was brought about by the Travancore Maharani. Before 1925, in the family, the oldest man was the head. All the members of the family had the ownership of the property, but the children of the female members were the heirs, and their female children were the heirs as the generations advanced. This was what we called matrilineal system. Some Nair women practiced hypergamy with Nambudiris men from Malabar. Afterwards, gradually, this system spread to various parts of Kerala. Hostilities between Nairs and British was a very interesting phenomenon. In 1809, the British limited Nairs entering the British Indian Army. Nair Brigade of the Travancore came after independence, and later it merged with Indian Army and became part of the 9th Battalion of Madras Regiment, the oldest battalion in the Indian Army. Let us think about the Nair Izhava Lehala or conflict of 1905. T.K. Madhavan, the Izhava leader, fought for the admission of Izhava and other backward class children into the Haripad government school. This conflict spread to various parts of Kollam and South Paravur. Finally, Madhavan won and the backward class children were allowed admission to most of the schools there in the south and central Travancore. The name Nair Izhava conflict came because the predominant community with which Madhavan and team had to fight with was the Nairs, Madhavan himself being an Izhava leader. Tacholi Yodenan. Many people are unaware of the Nair hero who fought for pride of himself and his community. Odenan was born to the Valunnor of Pudupanath, Kadathanad and Srimadi Uppati, a Nair lady. The meaning of the word Odenan itself is pride, and he always fought for the protection of his pride, his and his community's pride. His name is being spread through generations by the well-known Vadakkan Pata. He will be always remembered as a chivalrous and proud Nair.